All right, today we continue on talking about Mutant Year Zero, and now we get to the fun ones. We get to talk about being a robot. That's right. So we're going to introduce you to what it means to be a robot and what separates you from the robots, say, that we were talking about in Mutant Gen Lab Alpha. And that's going to be the first part. And then the second part, we're going to talk about how to make your robot character. Now, like before, I already have a video out there that goes step by step on how to make a robot character. So we are going to skip some of the specifics. But there are a lot of differences between being a robot and being a living sentient creature. And we will talk about
that. Should not be a shock to anybody.
That should not be a shock to you, right? But we will talk about those because it might affect game mechanics or how you see the game. We believe that role-playing games should take place in fantastic worlds. The focus of the game should be on role-playing and having a good time. The core values of #RPGate and any good tabletop group are escapism, not representation, entertainment over activism, and natural, organic inclusion, not forced diversity. The charity we support is the Wounded Warrior Project, a national, nonpartisan organization whose mission is to honor and empower wounded warriors. Please refer to the description below for the link to where you can make your hopefully tax-deductible donation. Join us Thursday and Saturday evenings on twitch.tv/Legion of Myth to watch Heathen Dog and his team of dirty casuals play multiplayer games for your mockery and enjoyment. Here on our YouTube channel, you can watch these game-related segments live every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time, or check out the Friday Night Chill stream where our panel of guests opine, comment, and editorialize on the TTRPG hobby as a whole. Please like this video and leave a comment to appease the algorithm gods. Share this video on your favorite social media platforms to help us peer out of the shadows cast over us. And if you have not done so already, please subscribe to Legion of Myth for more tabletop RPG goodness. All right, here we are with Mutant Mechatron. And yes, I like this cover too, Crafting Gamer.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, during the intro, I decided to name the robot and the skull. And it's not going to be a shock. He's going to be Shakespeare the Wandering Bard with his best friend Horatio.
There you go. Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. That's a good one. So what I like about the painting is most people, when they look at it, think Terminator. Knowing the game the way I do, that's reverence. And you're gonna be like, what? Well, let's talk about Mutant Year Zero. Oh, sorry, Mutant Mechatron. So book is laid out very similar to the other books. In fact, so many things change names in here because you're a robot that sometimes I forget what's what, but because I know the chapter order, I know, 43, that's programs. Well, those are skills. 61, those are talents. In this game, they're called secondary functions. If there's one thing that's going to irk you and your players, is that everything has a different name.
Unless they start with this game.
Then everything else is going to have a different name.
Yeah,
here's my suggestion for you. If you're playing a mixed group, like you're already out of Mechatron 7, or you just skip it, whatever, use the normal strength, dexterity, wits, empathy, or agility.
Because this one is the only one that names them drastically differently.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
I understand. Just for everyone's peace of mind and lack of confusion. Yeah, I get it.
Gen Lab Alpha and say, well, you have instinct versus empathy. I get it. If you want to remember them, you can. I'm just saying, for the sake of ease. But while you're playing this, I would say use the right words. One, it'll keep you in the mindset of being a robot. And two, I mean, it's the game you're playing, but that's up to you. Another thing that I want to say, I grab it here, is I have the Mutant Mechatron book.
Yes.
Every time that I talk to people about, this is a game you want to get, they all complain, you can't get the book. Well, don't yell at me.
It's not my fault.
Talk to Free League. I'm pretty sure that the reason you can't get the book is because nobody plays the game. Well, fix that.
Well, now we're in the whole catch-22 thing. Now nobody can play the game because you can't get the book because nobody played the game. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, again, PDFs, but
go to your local Kinko type place. Illegally download the PDF, get arrested, go to court, say exactly why you committed the crime, and maybe Free League will help a brother out. Who knows?
Or don't illegally download it. You can still get the PDF and then go to Kinko's. And
But that's illegal too. You're still going to jail, but you want that. You want your time in court to be on your soapbox.
you can print out a PDF as long as it's for personal use.
And give it away.
And stop telling people do illegal things. The opinions.
But I'm also telling people to get caught. So,
What's it? The opinions expressed in Legion with Weekly live streamer. All right. And modules, when we get to those next week, those are your mutations. And the reason I'm saying this now is because I always forget these secondary functions, and modules to me seem backward, and I always screw them up. So, Heathen Dog, just so you know, secondary functions are talents.
Sure.
Modules are mutations.
Copy that.
All right. So let's move on. And let's read what it means to be you, robot.
Nice.
Yeah, see.
I see what they did there.
You did Shakespeare. I'm doing Asimov.
There you go.
You are a machine, a robot, built to serve and obey, without emotions or a will of your own. Well, this sounds like a fun game already, doesn't it?
Sound good so far.
You are part of the Mechatron 7 facility, a huge underwater collective of robots that produce everything the humans needed for their endless wars. But the humans went away. They ordered you to continue your work in their absence, and then left you to yourselves. Since that day, you have waited for humanity to return. It's been decades now. There we go. Now you can even read it with me. Ever since you were constructed, your sole purpose has been to follow the humans' final command. Until now. I don't know why, but suddenly everything has changed. You have become self-aware, a being with a free will. Johnny 5 is alive.
Boom, 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 boom. It's gonna be Arnold coming in here.
Right?
It's gonna be weird.
You feel the urge to question what was previously unquestionable. Why should you obey superior robots? Where did the humans really go? Are they ever coming back? What future awaits you and the rest of the robots in Mechatron 7? These new insights have lifted a veil of denial from your eyes. Now, you see a decay where you're previously programmed not to see. Huge abandoned factories slowly rust away. The goods you keep producing are left to decay in untended warehouses. Everywhere there's debris. Debris? Wow. Debris. Leaks. Blacked out sectors, bizarre scrap bots, and mutated monsters creeping in from the unknown outside. Sounds like fun, huh?
Oh, it sounds like a great time. Yep.
The way forward is unknown. But one thing is certain, you need to learn more. Who are you and what is the purpose of your artificial life? Should you search for lost humans or build a new robotic society based on your own terms? It's time to find the answers in Mutant Mechatron.
Okay.
So
well, already from that, we can gather that just like the other Year Zero books, you live in an archetype thing, and it is crumbling around you, and you're probably going to have the same metagaming thing about keeping your habitat intact, because saltwater and electronics, from what I hear, not great. So you don't want that. And then you have the added complication of, do you even go outside? Do you have to go outside? Do you care about humans anymore? There's a whole lot of questions here. This onion's got layers, man.
I'm glad you said it in those terms because, as we'll soon see, there is a new skill in this game.
Uh-oh.
Well, remember before it was Know the Zone, and then what is it in Gen Lab Alpha? Well, there's the Dominate skill, but there's another. Well, this one actually has the skill Question.
Question
Yes.
everything.
Yes. That's X-Files.
Yep.
All right, in Mutant Mechatron, you play a robot. You are a machine built to obey and work for the greater good of the collective.
Great life.
Remember, you're a robot. Don't give me commie jokes.
Nope.
But you have recently also developed a will of your own. You are a robot, but also a person. Well, no. You're a robot. You're a robot with some feelings.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call you a person.
Yeah, okay.
The robot you portray is called your player character, or PC for short. You determine what your player character thinks and feels, what it does, and yes, this game uses it. It is a well-written book.
Yeah.
So, what it does and says, but not what happens to it. Your PC may be a machine, but try to immerse yourself in its character and play as if it were real. Be more fun that way. Okay, we don't need to read more. It's just gaming stuff.
Yeah.
No,
I like that. I like that line. The GM is not the enemy of the players. I like that.
Oh, up here? Yeah. Well, this one, believe it or not, has a lot of negativity to it. Like there are things, you could say that the resistance back in GenLab Alpha was pretty bad, but this one is kind of survive or die. I know that just sounds simplistic, but yeah, there are things going on. We'll talk about it. In contrast, Mutant Year Zero, Mutant Mechatron does not begin in the zone. We know that. It's just like GenLab Alpha. You start in your own collective, right? You and the rest of the collective were built by the humans of the Titan power called Noaton. Now, I think we skipped a lot of that stuff when we talked about Mutant Year Zero specifically. I can't remember if there's much of that in Mutant GenLab Alpha. But Noaton, there are three big ones. I forget the name of them. Noaton and Elysium are two. I forget what the third one is. Maybe it'll mention it here. But GenLab Alpha and Elysium are tied together. Mechatron is from a different faction.
Okay.
So the emergence of true artificial intelligence and new generations of robots allowed Noaton to create great facilities in the depths of the oceans to escape the devastation on the surface. The greatest of all of them was Mechatron 7, your home. At least so you're told.
We have an aside here because Point Blank, Coco Shuko said something here. AI or programming. In this game, Max and I actually talked about it before the stream. An artificial intelligence is not you, not the player character. You are a sentient robot. AI robots are all the other drones who still follow orders no matter what.
Yep.
So you have to get that in your head. The AI, artificial intelligence robot, is programming. It is just a whole lot of programming to encompass a whole lot of variables to react to it, but it's not intuitive. You, as a sentient robot, can make emotional and logical leaps without actual evidence. That's what separates you from the AI.
Yes. Okay. Don't get me wrong. A well-programmed AI
can
is
seem
smart.
really, really good, but it can't make those intuitive leaps that an actual intelligence can, a sentient intelligence can.
It was during the war between the Titan powers that the humans living at Mechatron 7 chose to suddenly leave the facility. You and the remaining robots were left behind along with mankind's last order. Build what we need to win. Okay. Decades have passed since then. Do not know why the humans abandoned you or when they will be coming back.
See, I'm getting a thing with this game. A general theme. The humans are stupid. I'm getting that general theme. It happens a lot. With even a 5 minutes of forethought, they could have had different instructions for the AIs in Mutant GenLab Alpha. They would have different instructions for the AIs here that would actually be useful. But no, they just give dumb instructions at the very end, like everyone was just already half dead or running away scared and shock and pain, and just give dumb orders.
So I don't want to give out spoilers, but understand that the AI that runs GenLab Alpha, for lack of a better term, and the AI that runs Mechatron are actually insanely intelligent. They're alpha complex level intelligence without the craziness.
Okay.
So they're not dumb at all. Because this is future. Yeah. So they're actually really intelligent. The problem is degradation over time. And that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm oversimplifying, but that's where I'm going to leave it.
Oh, okay. I get it. So the humans could have given lots of more nuanced orders decades ago, but because there are no humans around to repair all of the systems, even non-moving systems like hard drives and RAM do need replacement. They do go bad. And when they do go bad, certain information is lost or certain functionality is reduced. So they're getting dumber, basically.
On a simplistic level, we'll go with that. Yes.
Okay.
Because I don't want certain spoilers to just because I want people to play it. But yes, there are background reasons for it. Now, could you say that they're overly simplistic, kind of like we thought After the Bomb was? Well, that was just nonsensical.
Yeah.
Yes, you could argue that, but that also gives the game master a lot of flexibility to tailor the world that suits him. So,
right.
But anyway, Let's see. Decay has also affected Mechatron 7 data archive. Were we just talking about
We
this?
just talked about that. Yeah. Okay.
So,
All right.
so here we go. Let's go. Warehouses. Mechatron 7 has decayed over the years. What was once order and efficiency is now a robot society on the verge of collapse. Warehouses that have not already collapsed are overfilled. Many robots are in bad condition, and factories stand quiet and deserted. The decay has also affected the Mechatron 7 data archives and the memories of the robots, yours included. Information has been corrupted, been lost, or saved improperly, leading to confusion, odd behavior, and accidents. So
Okay,
does
now it
that?
makes sense.
So could we have
Everything
just
we
skipped?
Yeah, everything I just said is true. I didn't even read ahead. I'm just brilliant. That's all it is.
There you go. We'll go with that too. The robot collective Mechatron 7 is described in oh yeah, okay. Ghost of the Machine. The game of Mutant Mechatron starts off with some strange things happening. Like, I don't know, you now have this self-awareness thing going on.
I not only know what a bird is, I want to sing with it.
There you go.
Why?
Why do birds suddenly? Okay. This awakening has given you the ability to think freely beyond the limits mankind set for you. Ha! You're better than your creators now. You are an actual self, a person with free will, not a person, a robot with free will and dreams of the future. Sorry, I won't give you that. I am not giving you personhood. You're a dumb robot. No, you're not. The campaign Ghost of the Machine is included in the book. Let you explore what to do, blah, blah, blah.
All right. So the campaign Ghost of the Machine is the normal campaign to start off inside your habitat with the basic ideas of protect your habitat, decide whether or not you want to go, and if you do go outside for stuff, this is how you do it, blah blah blah. If you want to make your own adventure, you can. But I believe that that Max is going to say for your first time playing this game, it's probably good to stick with the Ghost in the Machine campaign at first.
I like the background stories, and here's why. They all tie together. You can, once you all get to the zone, if you were to play Mutant Elysium, Mutant Gen Lab Alpha, and Mutant Mechatron with their background stories, and hopefully in the future, if they come out with Mutant Ad Astrum, you have the background. You find bits and pieces. Right now, it'd be well, no, because Mutant Year Zero has information as well. So you get 1/4 of the piece of like, WTF, what's going on in the world? Why did we get to this point? To answer those questions that Heathen Dog was talking about before. And you only get 1/4 of it here from one perspective. No Adam and the robots, where you'll get Elysium and the politics, and you'll get Gen Lab Alpha. Well, again, that's Elysium, and the mutant animals. You know, why did they leave? You know, et cetera. And then when you get out into the zone, you're trying to rediscover what happened to the world. And if you want to follow down that path, if you think it's a real thing, you can look into Eden. And all of that ties into the history of it. And I think that the history isn't fantastic, but the way it's pieced together is worth the time, is worth playing it.
Okay.
There's something, eliminating errors. So what do? First of all, you eliminate errors. Remember, you're a machine.
Sure.
As the Ghost of the Machine campaign kicks off, you will be assigned to an error elimination unit, an EEU. Say that 3 times fast. In the Quality Assurance Department of Mechatron 7. That's right, you are a QA robot. Woo-hoo. Together with the other PCs, you'll be given the task of investigating other robots that are acting erratically in one way or another. By the way, robots don't like your sentience. You are broken. You're doing things outside of what you're supposed to be doing.
Hang on. So you're telling me that you are a quality assurance officer in the error elimination unit. Your job is to eliminate errors in other robots' programming while you have the biggest, glaringest error of all.
Yes.
It's very paranoia.
Yes.
You are, if anyone doesn't know, in paranoia, you are hired as a troubleshooter by the computer. You find trouble, you shoot it. And the main trouble is anyone in a secret society or anyone who is a mutant, they are to be killed on sight. You, as every player character, are a mutant in a secret society.
Yeah.
So there's your conundrum right there. And you have the exact same thing here, only I assume this is less comedic level of absurdity.
In fact, that is addressed in this book.
Oh, okay.
The comedic level. So the and eliminate the error using any means necessary. However, many of these erratic robots are acting the way they are because they, just like you, have just become self-aware. You'll have to walk a thin line investigating these cases without exposing your own self-awareness and thus risking being targeted yourself.
Okay. Already I've got ideas. Instead of last time, like, kill the elder, I'm not doing that. I'm going other ways.
Okay. The collective suffers. Happiness is mandatory.
Yep.
The collective suffers from a constant lack of resources. Wear and deterioration cause the need for repairs, both of the robots and the installation itself. At the same time, production must be maintained at all costs. Remember, the humans gave you that order.
Yes, you have to keep building crap. Yes.
Yeah. You yourself have a constant need for energy and spare parts, or in the worst case, scrap to keep in shape. The rations, okay, we don't care about that.
Okay, instead of food, there's energy.
Yes.
And instead, and you're just going to tell us what's used for the equivalent of money, or is it all socialist nonsense?
It's energy.
Just energy is everything.
Yeah.
Energy is life. Energon cubes. Okay,
yes.
Got it.
There you go. Energon cubes. Absolutely.
Energon cubes.
Plug yourself into the wall. You're hooked up with your charger right now.
You've got the friend computer has allotted you 2 hours of charging. Good luck.
There you go. Yeah. No, that's
pretty much it. Okay.
A strange new world exists beyond the walls of the robot facility. Information stored in the data archives of Mechatron 7 is hopelessly outdated. Human buildings, roads, and other creations that once existed outside of Mechatron 7 have been destroyed or decayed long ago. The outside is unknown and dangerous, but it also holds the raw material that the collective so desperately needs.
Makes sense.
So, you will have to brave exiting your underwater dome to go out and collect some things. Guess what happens if you try to run away?
It's kind of like being in a prison on another planet in a desert. If you try and just leave, you just die.
And why do you think that is?
Because salt water and electronics don't mix.
Okay, that's one.
And you are not factory sealed anymore.
Okay.
So you're going to die from that. And two, you also, unless you have a huge array of solar panels to take with you, you're going to run out of energon.
There you go. So, yes, you want your home to survive. Strive for deeper self-awareness. That's for the more role-play type people, which I approve of, but I'm going to skip it anyway. Seal the fate of the collective. Yes, there are multiple endings to the adventure.
Okay.
Now, let's get to what you get in the game. Dice. We've talked about the dice in the Mutant Year Zero and Mutant Gen Lab Alpha. We don't. Mechatron card deck. Once again, I have the cards. What's the one difference about this that I would say that the cards are somewhat useful for, comparatively speaking, not that they're not useful at all. You don't have to have them. Is I like the fact that if you're going to repair yourself or swap out body parts, you can use the cards to help you with that. You don't need them. You can just scribble it out. It all makes sense. But I like that conceptually. You can just kind of lay your cards out like, oh, those two modules are connected to my leg units. This module is connected to my head unit. So when I place this, I have to make sure I replace the module as well, yada, yada. So it turns into a little what do you call it, totem pole.
No, it turns into the skeleton song. Hip bones connected to the leg bone.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so, and you could obviously play without cards. You don't need any of the special stuff for the game. Map of Mechatron 7, which I was telling Heathen Dog before the stream, I was mad. I don't have a PDF version of it, but I somehow have 2 physical copies of it. Open this up. So real quickly.
So if you want to buy Max's physical copy of the map, you can for a low price of $500.
Yeah, for $500, I'll sell this to you. I'll even laminate it. Nice of me. Yep. There you go. But that's can't really zoom in. I mean, it's in the cover of the book like the other one was, but you'll be learning different places of that map, and if you follow the adventure or the campaign,
you'll see most of it.
Yeah, you'll definitely hit certain areas. Each robot wants teams. Robots are called its. What is role playing? We don't care. Again, we assume that you either know that or these are things you can read about in the book.
Oh, he's in a troubled state.
Yeah. Glad he's at least sitting on some supplies.
Yeah, he's going to need them.
Okay. That's actually it for the first part of this. We'll go into your robot and the character creation side of it in the next one. So, any questions? What do we get for questions and comments?
We didn't really have a whole lot going on. Everyone was just commenting on the feel of the game. Right here. Here we go. Sounds like a fun game in the same vein as Gamma World, and I love Gamma World.
Okay. I
Seems
would
like
say that
all of the Mutant Year Zero games have the same. They do have the same feel because they have this. They have basically the same situation for the player characters.
well, it's in the same universe or the
Yes.
same planet. I mean,
Yeah, it's the same place. Just different parts of it.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's why they have the same feel.
as far as the Gamma World thing, though, I get why people say that. I think Mutant Crawl Classics is more closer to Gamma World, but I understand post-apocalyptic. You've got the animal mutations, got the human mutations, and so forth. So I get that. I get that. Sorry.
All right. Then we have Marhagan saying, so the robots are why Eden is dead? No. We don't know exactly how the world got rotten. We don't exactly know. It wasn't these robots because these robots were building things to fight in the war. So you as a player character, if you go into one of these warehouses and see what the robots are building for the war, then you could deduce how the rot happened in the rest of the world. But the robots didn't directly do it. So there's that.
And Point Blank asked the question, so it's all canon in the same world? Yes.
Cybertron all over again. Yep.
Yeah. You can go with that as well. Yeah.
This is an interesting question. I don't know if you can answer this right now, but since you are a robot and you are made of programming, can you download yourself into another body? Does the game support that? Or is because you are sentient, your mind will not fit? Okay, your mind actually won't fit in the quote unquote weaker version of your robot Ken.
You can still change out your head unit. You can still change it. You can change out all the units. But you have to keep your core processor. So you remember when we were talking about, and I think we'll get to this next week, but when we were talking about like being broken as a human?
Yeah.
Well, there's destroyed here.
Okay.
If you're destroyed, that means you have no CPU. You are dead. You cannot be recovered. Everything about you is gone. But that happens after you're broken. That would be like being killed. So you can be broken and you're just shut down. But if you're killed, that means all the aspects destroyed. Destroyed. All the aspects that were you are gone.
Yeah. You're basically, to do that, they have to crush your brain or your processing unit, wherever it is. Is it in your head? Probably not. That's dumb. I mean, I always thought human beings having their main processing unit in an appendage was stupid. But whatever. That's the way it works. Kind of like your soul. Yes, it's a combination of your brain and your soul. Because you have a soul, you're sentient, not an AI, and that's where you reside. So yeah, same thing.
How that happened is not something we're going to discuss because A, it could be a spoiler, or B, your game master may look at it differently. But that is something that, as we just scrolled through, is something you're supposed to pursue in the game. Okay. So
Noro, no, having a broken motherboard, that I'm being pedantic here, but no, it has nothing to do with your processing unit, nothing to do with your memory. So as long as you can replace that, you're still fine. But you lose your processing unit or your memory, and you're not the same person anymore.
Maybe the motherboard is where the sentience is.
No, that's crazy.
Get off me.
Marhockman says, so Heathen Dog is on Team Skynet. No, I can't be because I'm a humanist. But so far, we haven't actually had any human PCs. We've had dirty mutants, disgusting animals, and now Terminators. So I definitely can't be on their side. So once we get to the real humans, I'm on their side, 100%.
Well, that'll be 3 weeks, I think.
All right, good deal.
We'll talk about. I actually have to read that book. I've only barely skimmed it. I'm not interested in it at all.
That's because you're not a humanist, and the master race is the human race. I don't understand.
No, I don't like how. Well, we'll talk about it. It's very mundane. That's all I can say about it. It's very mundane. Its main focus, like here, the focus on modules, animals on animal powers, and mutant mechatrons on your mutations.
Sure.
There, it's on contacts.
You are who you know.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to.
Sweet.
So
that's how humans work. They're social creatures.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but for role playing purposes, it just kind of misses for me. If you like political intrigue and this guy runs games like Call of Cthulhu, it's probably going to be something much more interesting to you. Games of political intrigue or playing, D20 Modern is just not something I find interesting, which is probably the type of player that Mutant Elysium caters to better.
Fair enough. Rex Steele says, would repairing a broken core processor create a new sentient robot, not the same one as before? I don't think you can repair a robot core, can you? Like if you are destroyed,
if you're destroyed, you're dead. You're gone. There's nothing salvageable from you to use.
Nothing salvageable. You can't even make a new robot out of the scrap from your destroyed carcass, let alone you again.
Yeah. Here, what I want to caution people is this game is somewhat rules light. It's not going to get into every little possible one just because you work in IT and I could save it to the cloud and with this and 4 terabytes of it. No, you have alive, broken, and dead.
Destroyed. Alive, broken, destroyed.
Right. But I'm just saying in the general principle of the game. Right. It doesn't matter which version of the game we're playing. You have those 3 states.
Once you hit state 3, you're done.
Yes.
Now, can you recycle your parts to create a new robot? Sure, why not? I don't see, but it's not you.
It's scrap.
Maybe it's your new character. That's fine. That's 100% cool. You could have a legacy like that. Whatever. That's fine. But your old character, gone.
I actually have a sub-processing unit, which takes my positronic brain and puts it in my big toe. Shut up. No. All right. So with that, like, subscribe, share. Let me click the little button here. Boop, like, subscribe. Hey, did we do this without the banner up the entire time? Yep. Oh, man. How did they know it was segment 1? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Like, subscribe, share. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and type them up, and I'll respond to them probably in the next episode, but maybe manually beforehand since I'm off work this week. But stay tuned for the next one where we talk about character creation, creating your robot.